Hattiesburg. You're listening to Southern Miss Radio, and I'm Miracle, your host of All Things Awesome on Southern Miss Today. We've got a show so packed with news, stories, and surprises, you'll wonder how we fit it all in. From the Mississippi Moment to our news wrap, we're keeping you in the loop on everything buzzing in the community. And wait for it, we've got a very special guest coming up that you don't want to miss. But first, a quick shout out from our sponsor, so hang tight, don't touch that dial. Southern Miss Today will be right back with more fun, facts, and fantastic moments.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Hey Southern Miss, welcome back to another episode of our jam-packed, action-filled Campus Spill. We're your one-stop shop for all things Southern Miss and beyond. So buckle up and stay tuned because you do not want to miss what's coming your way. First up, mark your calendars for Wednesday, September 25th from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The Business Career and Internship Fair will be right here on the Hattiesburg campus. Whether you're a student or an alumni, this is your golden ticket to network with top employers, discover career and internship opportunities, and get those resumes ready for the spotlight. If you've been waiting for that big break or just want to explore new possibilities, this is the place to be. Feeling musical? Well, Thursday is going to be your jam. September 26th at 7:30 p.m., head over to Marsh Auditorium for a beautiful recital. Southern Miss Wind Ensemble is ready to blow you away. Literally. This ensemble is no joke. From classic pieces to avant-garde performances, these talented musicians have been crushing it since 1985. They played at big-time conventions and festivals, and they're under the baton of the phenomenal Catherine Ron. Trust me, you'll want to be front and center for this one. Now, if you love the sound of a full concert band filling the auditorium with powerful, amazing traditional tunes, Friday, September 27th at 7:30 p.m. is calling your name. The Southern Miss Concert Band will be hitting the Thomas V. Francillo stage at the Mononi Performing Arts Center. Whether you're a music major or not, this band is for anyone with a love for music. With Travis Higa conducting, it's bound to be a stellar performance that'll give you all the feels. Now moving off campus and into some Hattiesburg happenings, the Hattiesburg Zoo is tuning up the celebration this Sunday, September 29th, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. It's going to be an all-day fiesta featuring vibrant Hispanic-based activities, animal encounters, bilingual story times, crafts, and even some games. You'll get a chance to meet their amazing South American animals up close, plus they're teaming up with the Mississippi Latin Art Association to make it a day you won't forget. Trust me, you don't want to miss this cultural celebration. It's going to be wild. Pun totally intended. Finally, in Mississippi news, the Lower Housing Authority is gearing up for its 6th annual canned food drive, and this is your chance to make a difference. They're accepting canned goods throughout October 18th, and all donations will go to the Ross Food Pantry for their Thanksgiving giveaway. It's all about giving back to the elderly and disabled residents, and with your help, they're looking to serve 200 people this year. You can drop off your items at any of their locations. Let's show up and make an impact Southern Miss style. That brings you up to date on news for Southern Miss Today. Stay tuned for soon-to-be updates on sports and the weather. We'll return as soon as we hear from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. If you or your business is interested in sponsoring programming on WUSM, we'd love to talk to you about the benefits and opportunities. You can get recognition for your business as well as the appreciation of the WUSM audience. The audience realizes your support provides the programming they listen to daily. In addition, our sponsorship rates are very cost-effective and tax-deductible. To learn more, call 601-266-4287.
Welcome back, Southern Miss fans. It's that time again. Let's dive into the Eagles sports segment, where we've got the latest on all your favorite Golden Eagles. Buckle up because things are heating up on the field. First up, Southern Miss Soccer is heading to Mobile, Alabama to take on the South Alabama Jaguars this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Originally set for Thursday, this game got bumped up thanks to Tropical Storm Helene making a guest appearance. But hey, the storm might be rolling in, but so are the Golden Eagles, ready to bring that thunder. Now, let me tell you, this just isn't any matchup. South Alabama is riding high on a 4-game winning streak. Talk about being on a roll. The Jaguars even shut down Arkansas State in a tense 1-0 victory to kick off their conference play. But hey, no streak is safe when the Golden Eagles are in town, and this is bound to be a battle for the books. So if you're craving some midweek soccer action, you don't want to miss this one. And with that, Southern Miss fans, we wrap up today's Eagle Sports segment. Stay tuned for more updates, and as always, let's keep that Southern Miss pride soaring high. For more information on USM Sports, visit southernmiss.com. All right, Southern Miss, it's time for your weather update. Today's forecast is bringing a bit of everything, so get ready to keep an umbrella close. Expect mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, giving us a mix of moody clouds and scattered sunshine. It's one of those days where the weather likes to keep us on our toes. We'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up here and there, so don't be surprised if you hear a rumble or two in the afternoon. Temperatures are hovering around a high of 86 degrees, but with the cloud cover, it won't feel too intense. It's not as hot as we've seen in recent days, which means we can enjoy the outdoors. Just watch out for those quick downpours. So whether you're heading to class, running errands, or catching up with friends, just be ready for a little rain, a little sun, and a whole lot of Southern Miss spirit to keep you going through it all. Up next, we have Mississippi Moments produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage with Lunette Gore speaking about being kept by her big sisters as her parents worked as sharecroppers.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. As the youngest child of a sharecropper's family, Lunette Gore was kept by her big sister while their parents worked. She remembers sitting in a classroom as a toddler while her sister attended school.
I went to school all my life. I don't even know when I started to school. Back then, my oldest sister, if she went to school, I went to school. She took me with her. She really was my second mother. She was the oldest girl in the family. I was the baby, so it was her job to look after me. And back then, they did not care if you brought your little sister to school or your little brother. So as far as I can remember my sister dragging me to school. And naturally, in a lot of cases, I learned quicker than the people that was old enough to go to school. I just learned right along with them. I can remember looking up and learning what they said and what they did.
Bill Ellison hosts Voices of Our People World War II, a new podcast from Mississippi Moments, sponsored by the Mississippi Humanities Council. That's Voices of Our People World War II, wherever you get your podcasts.
That was your Mississippi Moment for today. Coming up, we have the pleasure of hearing from Tim Grave, so stick with us while we hear a quick message from one of our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
All right, Southern Miss, we've got something really special for you today. Joining us is a guest who's been making a tremendous impact through the power of music and community. Let's give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to the incredible Tim Grave, a passionate leader in the LGBTQ choir community. Tim, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here with us today. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing great. We're truly excited to have you here to talk about the amazing work you're doing, using music as a tool to unite, inspire, and create a sense of belonging for so many. Let's dive right in and hear more about your journey in the incredible choir community you've built.
Yeah, I'm excited. Pine Belt, the Pine Belt Rainbow Choir. I started it because there's community choirs around, but
Yeah.
not everybody feels welcome.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make everybody feel welcome. No, you don't have to be LGBTQ, but we want you to be LGBTQ friendly.
Right.
And so everybody of all ages is welcome to come and sing. There's no tryouts.
Okay.
We're just going to let everybody, join us. So, you can go to our Facebook page and, message us there so we can get a good number of people. And then we've got a local church that we're trying to work out the details right now to practice at their church.
Okay.
And so we're excited about that. We're probably going to put 3 concerts on a year is what our plan is. We wanted to get something done quickly for Christmas, but that's not going to happen. So we're going to do a spring, a summer, and then a Christmas concert is what our plan is right now. So
Awesome. So when and where are your gatherings held now for practice?
right now we're not having practice right now because
Okay.
we're trying to get more people involved.
Okay.
It's started really slow, and so we're trying to get as many people involved. I did this about 4 years ago in Mobile,
Yeah.
and we had the first practice. We had like 35 people, and then when it got down to concert time, it was down to like 20. Because people were like, "Well, I don't know if I want to commit to that. I don't want to know
Right.
if I want to do this." And it was laid back, and Mobile's had a LGBTQ choir for a while, and I don't know why it doesn't stay, but it'll come and it'll last for a couple of years, then it'll go away, and then it'll come back and last a couple of years and go away. So we wanted to make an impact here in Hattiesburg and try to keep it going for years to come is what our goal is.
Just to have that consistency throughout time.
Exactly.
Yeah, so everyone can feel involved.
Exactly. I wanted to open it up because I tried out for a community choir here in town, and the sense of you're not, I guess the sense of you're not good enough for the choir
Right.
made it more passionate for me to open it up to anybody. When I tried out for the choir, they're like, "Oh, we don't have a spot for you," and I'm like, "Okay." And then the next week, I see them advertising for more performers, and I'm like, "So if you don't have a spot for me, why do you have a spot for anybody else?" And so we wanted to open it up to everybody that wanted to sing. So
Absolutely. Everyone should have that opportunity to do so.
exactly.
Do you plan on going to local events and singing once it's really up and going?
Yeah, we would like to. Obviously our goal, or I would have liked to sing at Pride coming up here in Hattiesburg,
yeah.
and Pride in the Park in October. But obviously we're not going to be ready for that. But yes, I would like to go to different events and perform. It's. Some people are like, "Ooh, LGBTQ choir. Ooh, I don't want somebody in drag. I don't want to look at that." And I'm like, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about using your voice to tell a story, basically.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What type of music do you perform and base your choir around?
I try to make it non-religious, if that makes sense.
Yes, that absolutely makes sense.
Because a lot of LGBTQ are offended by what's happened to them
Yeah.
in the spiritual realm. Obviously toward Christmas, it's kind of hard to get
Yeah.
away from that. And so we put a little bit of that in there. And I'm not saying we're not going to sing spiritual songs, but I try to stay away from that. I try to make it where everybody feels welcome.
That's completely understandable. What challenges have you faced while building and leading a queer choir, and how have you overcome them throughout time?
Back to the what are we going to see at a concert? You get I've got a lot of negative feedback. From community people. Oh, we don't need that here. That's not welcome here. Go on somewhere else. And I just keep on going and trying to make an impact. I'm a person that if I come to an obstacle, I'm going to go try to climb over it and go around it. And you have a few people in the community that, ooh, I don't like it. And I just say to them, if you don't like it, then don't come.
Yeah.
Don't participate. I respect your opinion. You need to respect, ours and what we want to do with our voices and make a difference.
Absolutely. What kind of impact have you seen the choir have on its LGBTQ members, both personally and as a collective?
I think it's made a big impact because people, when I've been in the LGBTQ choir before, it brings their inner self out.
Absolutely.
It makes them proud of what they're doing. It makes them want to be a part. If you can break that shell, if you want to say, they might go out, and I've seen them go out and help other things, but it just takes that one person to break it all together, and then they're going to go back in, you know what I mean, and not. So, there's been ups and downs.
Yeah.
But I think some of the people feel that they can express themselves, that they can, it's another outlet for them,
Yeah.
So, like you said, I don't judge. I don't want to exclude anybody. I want to welcome everybody that wants to come. Again, you don't have to be LGBTQ, but I'd like you to be LGBTQ friendly, obviously.
Yes,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? Where everybody's feel welcome and we can make a difference, because Lord knows that this country needs good things going on, with everything going on right now. So we're trying to make a good impact.
Yeah, it's good that, they can come in and just be in their full authenticity and be able to express themselves, how they feel, who they are truly at their core.
Exactly. Be themselves. You know what I mean? I've had some people that have, the very first day that we were in Mobile, they broke down in tears and they're like, oh my gosh, this means a lot to me because I can express myself through music, So that makes a big difference.
It absolutely does. Could you share a memorable experience or moment for your time working with the choir that deeply impacted you?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. We put on our first concert, and we really didn't think we were going to get a lot of people. We sold tickets to that event ahead of time, and we didn't sell a lot. And so we all thought that, well, we're just going to sing to 5 or 6 people, and it's not going to be a lot. And we were outside because it was a small church that we performed at. So we were outside in their. They had a little parlor in a house right beside it. And so we were in there, and we didn't see people come in. And when we walked in the auditorium, the faces on everybody was because it was standing room only, and so people just come in droves to hear it, and I think it was good, So
That's beautiful. What advice would you give to someone who is interested in starting or joining a queer choir, either as a singer or an organizer?
Got to have a lot of patience. Got to have thick skin. It takes a lot. If there's somebody out there that doesn't sing but plays, we can use you. And be it be a piano, be it be another instrument, we always welcome anybody that can come because we'll find a spot for you. We always say we're going to sing, but if you want to perform in some fashion, we can find a piece that we can fit you in somewhere. And so that makes a huge difference. Starting the choir, it's a lot. You know, when I first put this out there, I'm like, oh, people really don't want to do this because I didn't get no interest. But then you just let it sit there and let people. I share it every so often. I let people look at, and they're like, oh. And so now I'm getting some feedback from people, liking the page. How can I help? What do I need to do? You know, different questions like that. So I'm excited. In the next, I would say 3-4 months. I hope by, you know, we're coming up on October. I hope by the 1st of November, we can get a group together and go forward from there. So
Absolutely, all in due time. It'll come together.
Exactly.
Lastly, what's next for you and your choir? Are there any exciting projects or upcoming performances we should look out for?
I don't have one, obviously, a date set yet. That'll be coming in the near future, and we're open to performing with different groups. You know, I know that USM has a group here that comes to a local church, and they perform with the church choir, and so I think that would be good that we can join different events like that. Obviously, you have Mardi Gras coming up. Obviously, you have Christmas coming up. You have things like that you know. Hey, they could get on a float and sing going down the street or whatever the case may be. So there's some opportunities that are coming up, and I'm excited for what's in the near future.
That sounds really beautiful. Now, I just want to thank you so much, Tim Gray, for joining us today and sharing your incredible work with the LGBTQ community choir. We truly appreciate your passion and dedication to fostering inclusivity through the arts. Keep up the amazing work, and we can't wait to see how the choir continues to inspire and bring people together.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, absolutely. Coming up, we have a news wrap with Associate Provost for Success, Russ Willis, discussing changes in the USM Provost offices and Student Success Division, reported by Emily Blue.
For Southern Miss Student Media, I am Emily Blue. The Associate Provost for the Student Success, Russ Willis, speaks about the reorganization of the University of Southern Mississippi's provost offices, as well as the Student Success Division.
So when we reorganized the provost office, really it was to find some efficiencies, which means that we were trying to use our financial resources more wisely and to increase productivity. So really twofold was the overarching goal of the reorganization. So what we do, so certainly number one is that we want to align our values with the president of the university. So Dr. Paul has a really extensive vision for the university that's very student-oriented and student-centered. And so ultimately our values were to align with that. So I am in charge of what is called Student Success. So these are programs and offices that help students to succeed in their academics and getting ready for jobs and professional careers after they graduate. And some of our major goals for that, and my major goal, are number one is to increase retention. And retention are students returning from their freshman year to their sophomore year, or if they're transfer students from when they begin to their second year. Secondly is to increase graduation rates. Ultimately, our success of a university is grounded in how many students graduate from this institution. So our graduation rates are a very important thing that we're looking at. And then third, the major goal is to make sure that students are ready for careers and jobs, and to make sure they understand what they need to do to be successful, to help them get that first job, and to be prepared for this career after they leave the university.
That was the University of Southern Mississippi's Associate Provost over Student Success, Russ Willis. For Southern Miss Student Media, I am Emily Blue.
And that's a wrap for today's show. We've had an inspiring conversation with Tim Gray, learning about the incredible work he's doing with the LGBTQ community choir. It's amazing to see how music can bring people together and create such a positive impact. As always, a huge shout out to everyone who makes Southern Miss Today possible. Carl, our audio engineer, Gabby, our film producer, Shania, our program director, Ari, our executive producer, Hannah, our assistant producer, and of course, our general manager, Dr. Mark. Remember, always aim high and fly like an eagle. I'm your host, Miracle Jennings, signing off.
Sponsorship comes from Southern Beverage, your local Michelob Ultra distributor. Michelob Ultra has significantly fewer carbs and calories per serving if you are watching those in your diet. You can reach Southern Beverage by phone at 601-268-9111, or you can find them on the internet at southernbeverage.com. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, and Southern Beverage ask you to please drink responsibly. When you or your business sponsors programming on WUSM, you are getting more than recognition for your product. You are also gaining the appreciation of our audience who understands that your sponsorship provides their favorite programming. And research shows that the audience is more likely to patronize your business, too. In addition, the cost of sponsoring programming on WUSM is tax deductible. To learn more, call 601-266-42